Most people think that Facebook ads are the problem, but the truth is that ads are just exposing the cracks in your funnel. So in this episode, I'm breaking down the biggest lies that you've been sold about ads and what actually needs to be fixed in order to start scaling without wasting money. Welcome back to Million Dollar Marketing, where we ditch the hustle hamster wheel and build marketing that makes money and creates margin. I'm Jodi Sedini. I'm your host and paramedic turned marketing strategist, CEO, and hashtag boy mom of 3 wild boys that I still have at home and one that's flown the coop. Let me just say, if you've ever run Facebook ads and ended up with nothing but an empty wallet and a bruised ego, this episode is for you. Today, we are actually diving into the biggest misconceptions that I see about ads. There are industry lies all over the place. I don't mean just myths from the rookies. These are beliefs that show up even in high-level, multiple six-figure businesses, and they are keeping people stuck in this scaling purgatory. So we're going to break them down. Okay, misconception number 1 is that Facebook ads don't work for my business. That is not true. Let me guess. You've probably tried running ads for a week, maybe boosted a few posts or threw $500 at it and saw 0 sales. Guess what? Maybe even you spent thousands, tens of thousands, hired a big name agency. But if it didn't work and you've labeled ads as not for you, I want to tell you something. Here's what's actually happening. Your offer might not be clear. Maybe your messaging isn't fully tested. Maybe the audience and targeting isn't refined. Your funnel isn't converting cold traffic. You have no follow-up system in place after someone opts in. You see, the truth is that ads didn't fail you. Your system was not ready for it. So one of my clients actually came to me saying the same thing. Ads don't work for me. My offer is too niched. We did an audit. We rebuilt her opt-in flow. We refined the VSL. We adjusted the follow-up emails. And guess what happens? She closed $16,000 in sales on a $3,000 ad spend within 3 weeks of launching her ads. See, this is not about ads not working. It's about whether your foundation is strong enough to carry the traffic. It's simply a matter of you create an offer and you send traffic to it. And we've got to refine all of that stuff in order to make it actually work. Okay, misconception number 2. If I could just get my targeting right. See, targeting used to be the magic lever, right? With all the iOS changes though, and Meta's ever evolving algorithm, it's not about micromanaging that interest-based targeting anymore. I remember doing gobs of research, hours and hours of research to find the right interest-based targeting options inside of Ads Manager. But it's less and less about that right now. It's actually so much more about your messaging. You see, the algorithm is smart. It is so smart. It knows who's watching. I know my algorithm, I built it brick by brick. So when I'm surprised that I see something in my feed, I really shouldn't be. See, if your messaging doesn't land, it doesn't matter who sees it though. So here's what we do. We teach our clients how to test different angles of their offer, different belief shifting hooks, and different objection handling creatives, okay? Because when your ad stops the scroll, it creates curiosity. It speaks directly to the pain and desire of your dream client. And when it does all of those things, you don't have to over optimize your targeting. Meta will do the heavy lifting for you there if your messaging is dialed in. And I want to let you in on a little secret. Not only do we do copy and creatives and messaging for our clients, but we have an offer called Creative Boost where other people, other ad agencies, ad managers, they actually come to us, and other people who are like spending 30, 40, 50, $60,000 a month. I have someone who spends $5,000 a day on her ads who comes to us for more and more iterations of copy and creatives because we're able to nail this and just able to like churn out more copy variations because it's less and less about the targeting and more about the copy and creatives. Okay. So Meta's going to do that heavy lifting for you if your messaging is dialed in. That's really one of the big points there. Okay, misconception number 3 is that ads are too expensive. And this one drives me nuts. Because if you're measuring success by whether a $100 ad budget gets you a $10,000 return in 3 days, that's not marketing. that's magic thinking, right? That's hoping for the best. And that's not something that happens. Okay. This is how we look at things regarding ad spend inside of $1 Million Marketing. So we're tracking cost per lead, cost per booked call, cost per sale, the lifetime value of the client, and the conversion rate across the entire funnel. So if a client gets 400 leads at $4 each, we don't panic that they didn't make money on day one. We nurture them, we retarget them, we educate them because smart ads can create an audience that you can monetize later too. And people need to understand that there has to be some level of risk tolerance, that not always do we have the funnel type that gives you leads and instant return on ad spend. There are funnels like that, but not everybody's doing that. So we have to have that risk tolerance up front with really great conversion rate optimization on the back end for whatever you're launching or selling to them in your nurture sequence, right? So I want you to remember that expensive is relative. Okay. Expensive is relative. If you're paying $30 to acquire a lead who converts into a $3,000 sale, are your ads really that expensive? No, they're actually a steal. For me, when I'm looking to acquire a client by Facebook ads, I'm willing to spend up to $1,000 to acquire a client. And I've reverse engineered that into how much do I need to spend per day to get this many booked calls, to get this many people to show up to the call, to hit this many conversions and have that level of $1,000 cost per acquisition. How many clients do I want? How much do I need to spend? See, it really is not expensive for me to spend $1,000 to acquire a client that's going to spend $16,000 with me at a minimum, $20,000 with me at a minimum. Okay. All right. So here's misconception number 4. I'll just boost a post and hope for the best. I get it. Okay. Boosting posts is fine. If you want likes or like fluffy engagement or something like that. But if you actually want sales, you need an actual Facebook ads campaign with structure, with the right objectives, with intentionality, and then metrics that you can actually track. So here's what we build for our clients instead: a clear entry point, a video, a lead magnet, a quiz, whatever fits your buyer. Okay. A frictionless funnel flow to move them forward, and a follow-up system with emails and retargeting and a back-end dashboard that tracks every single stage. Because let me remind you that clicks don't pay your bills. And if you tell me that ads don't work for you, but all you've ever done is boosted a post, I'm going to call you out on that. Okay. Clicks don't pay your bills. Conversions do. Okay. Misconception number 5. Once I find the right ad, I'm all set. This is a really big one. People think that if they just get like one ad to work, it'll carry their whole business, right? But even the best ad has a shelf life. I saw this with one of my other clients. We had to continuously put up different iterations of ads, even if they were just slightly different, a slightly different background color or a slightly different headline. But what's cool is that once it works, it might fatigue after a little while, turn it off, give it a break, and then turn it back on later. So fatigue is real. The market response shifts. Platforms evolve. So we're teaching and implementing what I call the creative ecosystem. So your ads need a short form video that builds that know, like, and trust, those direct response static ads that handle objections, testimonials that build social proof, and then retargeting ads that remind, educate, and then convert. So this is not about like one hero ad or one hero campaign even. It's about building a rotation and a customer journey on that front end that supports every part of what you're looking to achieve. All right, so if you have been blaming ads, thinking it's all about the targeting or waiting for that one magic funnel or that one magic ad copy or creative, let this be your wake-up call, okay? You don't need another hack. You don't need another tactic. You need a system, one that's strategic, sustainable, and built to scale, okay? So if that's the direction that you're ready to go, come hang out with me over on Instagram. You can follow me, Jodi Sidini. You can either type that in or type in $1 Million Marketing and I will show up. I'm sharing live client wins. I'm sharing funnel tips. I'm sharing behind the scenes audits, real conversations about marketing and my personal life, because I also like to make a connection with my audience. But I want to help you as the CEO finally stop spinning your wheels. And if you found value in today's episode, I want you to subscribe, rate, and review. That helps the algorithm for this show actually reach out to the people who need to hear it the most. Forward this to your business bestie who needs to hear the truth about ads. You probably know someone who has that conception or that impression that ads can't work for them, right? They may have shouted about it on Facebook or Instagram. They may have shared their trauma story with you. But I want them to hear the truth about ads without the bro marketing BS. Okay. So this is $1 Million Marketing. We're not here to chase vanity metrics. We're actually here to build machines that print revenue and give you your time back. I'll see you next week.